Getting on thing.
Good afternoon and welcome to game number 1, the final of 2 games right here at the Stock Farm Technical Center in the Women's League. It's the Kalinago Warriors coming from the Kalinago territory versus the South City Ladies this afternoon. It's going to be an exciting game. Welcome on, welcome all. My name is Joseph Fadul. For the Kalinago Warriors, the team sheet that was given: Christian Lewis, Ania Viville, Leon Laura, Anissa Laura, Kiara Shillingford, Kira Bella, Kezia Challenger, Naira Tulok, Nikela Daru, China Tulok, and Devani Pascal. For South City, the team sheet given: Kelisha Lockhart, Kermaya Frederick, Sharita Henry, Kayla Joseph, Nyla John, Nala John, Nahalia John, Rachel Semper, Brittany Augustine, Dalcia Coffey, Cheryl Lewis, and Shafira Cochran. That's the full team list. In purple and black are the Kalinago. Welcome to women's action right here at the Stock Farm Technical Center. We have 2 games scheduled. 4:30 is the start time. Gonna get the clock rolling any second from now. The man in the middle, referee. Clock rolling any second from now. The man in the middle, referee Coyote. And South City will take first touch this afternoon. Early interception by the Kalinago Warriors to Tulok. Vivil on the far end. Spreads it on the line. Spreading it to Daru. And Daru just looking to fashion a bit of space between she and the defender, but her final touch sent to the defender. We have our first corner by the Kalinago Warriors. So the Kalinago ladies taking their first corner this afternoon. Keeps it short. Tulok tries to play it in. The defensive line for South City trying to push forward, fashioning some space. Interception, draws back into the penalty area, brings it in and tries to drive in, but does not get through. So the decision right now is goal kick.
Ready, take it home. You reach, ready, take it home. There you go.
Interception. Tulok. Tulok again, driving past in the defender. And just getting into that one-woman wall of the defensive line right here. Kalinago Warriors hold on to possession. Tulok again to Tulok. Now back to Tulok. Goes up into the air. That goal goes completely to the heavens. Finally, a drive by the South City ladies, driving past the defensive line. It's a one-woman drive, but the defensive line for the Kalinago Warriors holding strong. Interception. Oh, and it slides past her. Gets into Kiara Shillingford. Kiara Shillingford keeps the ball into play, but the ball immediately taken from her. Anissa drives it into midfield, looking for Tulloch. Doesn't get to Tulloch. Handball spotted. Infringement by number 29, Brittany Augustine. Dalcia. Tulloch spreads it to Shillingford. Shillingford on the wing. She has Nala John to challenge her. Tulloch again. Plays it into the midfield to Naira Tulloch. We have two Tullochs on the team. We have Naira Tulloch and China Tulloch, national player China Tulloch.
Take your time, y'all can work it closer. Y'all have plenty of people.
Coyote. Name.
Late entrance. Semper. Good intercept by Semper for South City on the far end, only for the ball to be taken from her. The Warriors have just not been able to allow the South City team to even penetrate past the halfway line, which means that the defensive line is holding very good and very strong so far. Good string of passes. Shillingford. China trying to get to it. Good shadow by China. Kezia spreads it short. A bit of a weak attempt. Gets to it. Kezia challenger again. Beats one. Beats two. Takes the shot only to run into a defender. And Naira Tulloch attempts a shot only to be picked up by the goalkeeper. First save for Galisha Lockhart. As this Kalinago team so far has completely suppressed any forward efforts by the South City team. Throw in. Challenger. Challenger beats one. Spreads it to China. China spreads it again to her sister Tulloch. Only to run into Nala John. We have three Johns on the South City team. And earlier on, we spoke of the defensive line for the Kalinago Warriors. A very strong defensive line holding on. Not allowed the South City to penetrate as we have a drive from the far end by the Kalinago ladies. Pulls back. Realized she was under a bit of pressure. Plays it into a striker. Kezia challenger. With the option, decided to not go ahead with it and picks up, she doesn't pick up a foul, but she gains a foul to her team's advantage.
Shillingford wide.
Number of options for the Kalinago ladies early in this game to put one early against the South City team. China Tulloch. Tulloch keeps it aerial and easy work. Seemingly, she had a bit of challenge on the first touch. And I think so far this is the furthest. Oh, a good intercept. And she's trying to drive in. Nyla John not getting through. Nahalia John was trying to get through, spreads one just over the defensive line, but there's no force to it.
Pass early. Support.
Laura. Small spread to Ania Viville. Semper having the final touch. Not Semper, but Laura having the final touch. And this is the first time in just about 10 minutes we've seen any striking action. Shillingford keeps the ball in play, keeps it on the line, Oni. And the ball did roll out. But good effort by Shillingford to try and keep it in. Slippery conditions at the Stockfrom Technical Center from overnight rains and, of course, from a bit of early afternoon rains. Long one forward. Nyla John. 3 Johns on the South City team trying to push forward. Circles back. Ball taken by Shillingford. Spreads it in. 2 versus 1. Spreads it to Tulloch. Tulloch making a drive. She has some help. Gets past the first defender and does not get past the defensive line, who had time to fall back to help. But a good driving effort by China Tulloch, catching that defensive line off guard. Brittany Augustine would not have been able to do anything with that because she would have definitely been called offside. Foul throw, which means that South City will take a very good possessive advantage at this point. Tyra Bellot with that foul throw. Nahalia John with the throw-in. Tyra Bellot again ensures South City does not get into the box. Our second game this afternoon is going to be between the Goodwill Runners and the Portsmouth Bombers. Again, 2 geographically opposite teams. South City, of course, coming from the south of the island, and the Kalinago ladies coming from the northeast of the island. First driving chance. Shillingford looking for some options. And Nahalia John will just gladly allow the ball to roll out of play for a throw-in for her team. Nala John just receiving a bit of medical attention from Kayla Joseph. Nala gets one to Kamaya. And again, that defensive line for the Kalinago Warriors just relentlessly holding up. Nala again. Tries to get it as close as possible into the box. Defensively headed out. Gets it into the box. Oh, I am sure she's not happy with that particular pass. So far, South City has been holding on to possession within their striking half. The final third only have not been able to get the finishing touches on it. Opportunity, shot! Oh, and what a brilliant aerial! Comes it into the air! Unexpectedly coming in the penalty area, and of course South City take the advantage against the Kalinago Warriors in the first 15 minutes. The ladies in green taking the edge. So that's Nahalia John. And the Kalinago ladies trying to mount up an attacking stance, only to be quelled. Semper. Ooh, Semper being handled. Semper still making chase. Kalinago ladies attempting to make chase as well. But the defensive line holds up only as far as China Tulok. China Tulok drives, was attempting to drive. The ball slipped out of her feet. Shillingford broke that line. Challenger, realizing she was under a bit of pressure. Kalinago ladies on the far end, drives it in, only to the side. So the Kalinago ladies have balanced the scales.
Face yourself, please. Good goal, but face yourself, please. No collapsing on the field today. Nice, that's the fire, through. Nice.
Shillingford.
Keep going, China. Pressure that. Tyra. Kiara.
Anissa.
Somebody run with her. Somebody run with Nessa, please. Don't leave her by herself. Over them.
South City attempting to break the defensive line once again. Of the Kalinago ladies not able to get through. Only past midfield to Challenger. Challenger spreads it to her winger on the right side. Challenge the winger beating past one, beats past two, only to the side. Kalinago ladies looking to double up on their account as early as possible in order to give themselves a comfortable lead. Challenger again. Beats one. Spreads it to her winger. Hovers it to Tulok. China. China doesn't get past the defender. Drives it forward. Kalinago Warriors trying to beat that middle line. Bounces off China to keep it in. Shillingford looks for Tulok. China Tulok gets to Tulok. Spreads it in. Sharita, she's under a bit of pressure. Gets some help from China Tulok. Only a foul to be spotted by referee Coyote. China Tulok intercepted to Sharita, only to be taken from her. Kamaya trying to push through that channel into the midfield. Gets to Kiara Shillingford. Kiara weighing her options, recycling back to Challenger. Challenger under a bit of pressure. Oh, has the ball taken from her by Nyla John. Was the first goal to her name. No foul called. Kiara Shillingford. She has China Tulok for help. Gets it to China on a good through, and China Tulok spreads it in. Realizing she's not able to take the shot. Michaela Daru. The Warriors hold possession on the far end. Kezia gets it to Devani Pascal. Pascal to Kiara Shillingford, only to be taken from her. Interception completed by China Tulok. China and goes aerial.
All I have to do is watch that top bar, you'll drop them in.
One apiece after 23 minutes for the Kalinago ladies. And China Tulok as a striker has been relentless. Good pressure by China Tulok, not allowing the defender to get past her mark. Gina Tulok. Gets it to Nikela Darrow. Nikela Darrow still under it. Oh! Drives into the goalkeeper. Nikela Darrow having the final touch, and it's going to be a goal kick.
Sliding shot. Slide your body down. Lean over the ball. That's yours, Nicky.
Semper. Ooh, only half the ball taken from her. Nikela Darrow. Nikela Darrow again. Drives in from the right side.
Good passing, good passing. Keep it up, nice. Work inside.
Nikela Darrow under some pressure on the far end. Finally gets the ball in. Tries to slide it in. Keep it on the ground. Trying to beat the defender.
Okay. Yes, go in for the goal. Free kick.
Foul spotted. Free kick to the
Yes,
advantage
those
of the
go in the
Kalinago
goal, press
ladies.
on in front. Those two can hold it back, okay. Give them a players in front of goal, players in front of goal. Oh, the girl was too close. Give her 10 yards, yeah. Give her 10 yards.
Referee Coyote just making sure that the 10-yard distance is properly kept.
Lift it up.
Kiara Shillingford on the back post.
40 that play 25 goals.
You want to kick?
Corner.
You can stay there now, so you can stay there. Tyra, you okay?
Keeps it short. Bounces past one defender. Tries to slide it in. Oh, gets past that defensive line. Huddled together. And finally, some clearance comes through. Gets it to Anissa. Anissa has three options. Decides to go with China Tulok. China!
It's getting lower. The next one will be in. Next one will be in. Nice.
Her second shot. Her second similar shot. Second time going aerial. But her coach is encouraging her to keep trying because the shot seemed to be dropping. She just might edge a few inches below the crossbar to put herself on the score sheet this afternoon.
Someone can step to the front of the circle. Defense. Pressure that, pressure that.
Gina Tulok again. Bit of strategic play being shouted onto the field by the South City coaching staff. Gets it to Nyla John. She has one to her name so far this afternoon. Looking for two. Interception completed to Kiara Shillingford. Kiara to Kezia Challenger. Challenger to Tulok. Tulok making a drive. Tries to get the overlap on Kayla Joseph. Kayla Joseph defensively holding her end, just allowing the ball to roll out of play.
Okay, you can go pressure. I'm giving them too much space.
South City attempting to play from the back, but Chino Tulok gets past her, and there's only one South City lady tries to get through channel to Kamia Frederick. No option there for Kamia Frederick, and the ball, slippery conditions were not favorable for Kiara Shillingford. Nahyla John.
That's it. If they make more noise, they get the goal, man. That was a 50-50. I have to make more noise next time.
Nahyla John again. Foul throw. And the Warriors will be very happy with that. Good overlap by Kamaya John.
Let's go. Okay, everybody move up.
Chino Tulok gets the first touch. She's putting Nala John on a bit of pressure. And Naila John not able to win the ball race. Oh, good turn by Chino Tulok. Dances past one. Nikayla Darrow keeps driving. Nikayla Darrow!
Stand up on your feet.
Nikayla Darrow with a sliding attempt.
Just stand up.
Completely going off. That's the fourth shot off target for the Kalinago ladies. Can you imagine if they were on target? They would be having a bit more of a pressured game against the South City side. Sharifa Cochran gives away the ball. Daru again. Gets to Chino Tulok. Chino Tulok.
Okay, got the level now. Now make the corner.
Cochran losing out again. Challenger spreads it to Daru. Daru is under a bit of pressure from the far end. Dancing. Kiara Shillingford. She's gonna make chase. Gets past one. Kiara Shillingford. Ooh, has the ball taken away from her. Dalcia Coffey trying to fashion some space for herself, only to be denied access. And what a good turn by Kamaya Frederick. Kamaya Frederick trying to fashion some space for herself as well, only for the ball to be shadowed out. Kezia Challenger guilty of that handball. South City happy to take back possession. Tries to fashion one in the air. Doesn't get much elevation onto it. Daru making chase on the far end. South City's ball. A good attempt getting past one. Oh, and the defensive line gives a little bit of assistance in order to reduce that pressure. Given the opportunity and a bit more space, she definitely would have had a driving shot on target. Semper trying to dance past the defender, doesn't get past her.
That's right, talk to each other. Work the pass, take your time.
Kalinago Warriors driving on the far end. And Daru, last touch by the number 3, Shira Lewis for South City. Okay, apologies for that. And that's a foul throw. South City held on to possession. Gives it away with a foul throw. Good shadow by Daru. Will she keep the pressure on? No, she won't. So after 35 minutes, it's 1-1.
Please put pressure on the goal kick.
Interceptions by the Kalinago ladies have been at least 70% on point. Naira Tulok. Back to Naira Tulok again. There's Naira Tulok, there's China Tulok. Right now to Kezia Challenger. Kezia Challenger has China Tulok right now. China Tulok, number of attempts. Back to Naira Tulok. And Naira Tulok just not having that pressure and that force onto the ball.
Coming. I told.
Ivani Vivil attempting to put some pressure. Kezia to China. China. Oh, and it scores! She has been looking for it. She had 3 attempts over the bar, 1 attempt into the goalkeeper, and she finally got it. China Tulok puts one to her name on the score sheet this afternoon in the 30th minute.
Nice, China. Okay, on the left side.
3 attempts by China Tulok over the bar, 1 into the goalkeeper's hands, but she has kept at it. And China Tulok curling one beautifully into the air to give the Kalinago ladies at 1 advantage. China Tulok again looking to double her count this afternoon. Decides to spread it to Naira Tulok. Back to China Tulok again. Tulok to Divani, only to lose out. Semper putting her under a bit of pressure. And the defensive line for the South City ladies holding up. But the Kalinago ladies putting the South City ladies under a bit of pressure. He's your challenger. Challenger. Kamaya Frederick has been so far the only light of hope other than Nahelia John who scored. Other than Nyla John, sorry, who scored. Beautiful rainbow. I'm not sure if our cameraman can probably spot the rainbow, but Kezia challenger for the Kalinago ladies. Plays it to Naira Tulok. Naira Tulok plays it back to Nikela Daru. Nikela Daru to China Tulok, and China Tulok with a driving force, driving in! China Tulok looking for number 2, only to get it into the goalkeeper's hands. Yep. Challenger for the Kalinago ladies. Dancing her way. Oh, was trying to get past the defensive line. Tried to get past one. Gets to China Tulok. China! I suspect that left foot of hers is not her strongest, but she was looking to fashion it just to slide it in to the near post. China Tulok definitely looks like she's a bit stronger on her right foot, testing her left foot, but you never know. Just a few more tests of that left foot of China Tulok, we might be seeing China doubling or maybe even tripling her account of goals this afternoon. And that's the halfway points. At the halfway mark, Kezia Challenger and China Tulok with 1 apiece, and Nyla John for the South City, the only goal scorer for South City. A few bits of advice, a few tweaks in the gameplay could be coming through. We'll be back in 15 minutes from the Stock Farm Technical Center. First of 2 games this afternoon. Welcome back to action right here. Game number 1 of 2 games at the Stock Farm Technical Center. The final 2 games in this league. The Kalinago Warriors, just before the halftime mark, putting in one by China Tulok. We are off. Second half action. Warriors, Tulok again. Kamaya to Semper. She's looking for Semper and doesn't quite get to Semper accurately.
Shira, get him in the action.
Shira Lewis. Shira tries to put one in. Semper. Oh, Semper trying to dance on the player. Gets through. Oh, and almost going down in the process by Nikela Daru. As I say, good afternoon to the legend himself, Ronnie Gustav, joining me for second half action. Ronnie, good afternoon. Ronnie, what's up?
Yeah, blessed afternoon to you. And you can see a very exciting game going on this afternoon between Kalinago Warriors and South City Girls.
Shillingford on the far end. Shillingford gets to China. China weighing her options. Gets to Challenger. Challenger under a bit of pressure. Back to Shillingford. Shillingford spreads it back to Challenger, only to be taken from her. And of course, South City trying to drive through and of course not getting access to Kamaya Frederick. Nikela, unfortunately having to allow the ball to roll out of play. Okay, Alicia Lockhart resets play for South City. On the back end. China Tulok. China having the opportunity to shoot us, being a bit hesitant with it. Losing the ball. Semper realizing that she would not have been able to make it. Ronnie just allowing the ball to go out of play.
Yeah, but it looked like Tulok is I would say it.
She was a bit hesitant.
Yes, but there was space for enough to take a shot at goal.
Definitely.
And knowing a player of a caliber who can strike the ball very well.
Well, you missed a number of wonderful opportunities. She got 3 opportunities over the bar. She actually got 1 just into the reach of the goalkeeper, and then she finally got 1 just above the goalkeeper. As Kezia Challenger spreads it to Anissa Laura. Nisa not having much of a touch on the game this afternoon to Naira Tulok. Naira gets it to Pascal. Pascal just once again allowing the ball to just roll out, realizing that the boosters were losing a bit of fuel and energy in the end.
Yeah, you can see the Kalinago girls are well composed on the ball, trying to string their passes, going forward and moving into space very nicely. Just unfortunate that the ball was a bit too, as I already say, rich, and she couldn't meet up with it.
Semper, 2-on-1. Literally allowing the ball to be taken from them. 2 strikers trying to push forward. Nia Viville was finally trying to get forward, only to be intercepted by Anissa Laura. Laura spreads it to Shillingford on the far end. Shillingford, no one there to put her under pressure. Oh, tries to sort of slide it in, and the defender was waiting for her on the far end, but a corner to the Kalinago ladies at this time. Yeah,
she's trying to find Tulok on a Russian striker going in trying to just drive that ball across the 18-yard box, but a good interception by the defender there, just kicking the ball out of bounds.
But right now the challenge on the fan is having the sun in your eyes. A good turn by the defender right there. Tulok not being able to hold on. And again, the Kalinago ladies really, and this is almost basically a repeat of the first half, Ronnie. In the first half, the Kalinago ladies just relentlessly were not allowing, just as what we're about to see there, are literally just not allowing the South City ladies to in fact get past the halfway line, Ronnie, and they actually held them at bay for a good amount of time.
Yeah, strong challenge there by Darrow, trying to intercept that ball, but referee seeing something different for infringement or getting a foul and the process.
Apple. Cut inside of it, please. The children coming out. Cut inside of it.
Ooh. Sharita Henry putting her hand up, and luckily for her, Ronnie, the ball solid in between her hands, if we can say it like that. But challenger spreads it to Tulok with a small gap.
For some of them, she must have thought to just play netball. And
well, netball with her feet.
Yeah.
Ronnie.
Yeah, but it's fast thinking by her to pull back her hands from
Yes.
in the 18-yard, close to the 18-yard box.
Tyra on the far end gets to Shillingford. Shillingford weighing her options, slowing down the pace of the game a little bit. Gets it to Challenger. Challenger spreads it. Nobody there to answer. Brittany Augustine. But Brittany would have probably wanted to drive a bit more, losing a bit of energy on the boots. That's China Tulok again. China running into defender.
Handball.
Not sure if she got it to her head, Ronnie, but to her chest.
It looks like a fall for the Kalinago girls.
Okay.
A handball.
Handball. Okay. All right.
From the defender.
Well, I don't think the defender meant to do that on purpose, because China was looking to strike from distance. I don't think she purposefully did that, Ronnie.
Yeah, and she's in striking range because a player of her caliber knowing she can strike the ball very well.
Ronnie,
just outside the 18-yard box.
Ronnie, she has had 4 similar shots from similar locations, and she's attempted them to try to get it just below the crossbar. Will she be looking for that? Let's see how she plays it. China again, straight to the goalkeeper, and Kelisha Lockhart holding her end. Kamaya to Brittany. And the interceptions by the Kalinago ladies have been spot on, especially in midfield, Ronnie. They've just not been able to allow them to penetrate through again. That backline for the Kalinago ladies, of course, led by Tyra Bellot. It's just been on point, Ronnie.
Yeah, I can see one of their main defenders, Anessa Laura, also a national player as well. Young Tulok finding her sister.
Tulok again. Tulok! Oh, Tulok is looking to punch a second goal in a similar way as she did her first goal in her first half, Ronnie. In the first half, Ronnie. The thing with the goal that she scored in the first half, she scored it from a very similar distance, but with this particular shot, she didn't get the elevation that she had in the first in her first goal.
Yes, we all know Tulok can hit the ball, but many times it's not just about power, but direction. But for our viewers home, we know this evening we're going to have a real battle royale with the girls from Bombers and the Goodwill girls this evening. will be a very interesting game.
Well, last night at the men's champions semi-finals, I know you and Kareem spoke of the $32.3 million transfer that one of the teams has signed on. I'm not sure if you're able to at least tell us, Ronnie, which team did that sign in for quite a hefty...
From my investigation, I know good will make a big signing.
I think it was 32.3 million in that area there, Ronnie?
Yes.
Okay.
And we'll be looking to come strong against the Bombers this evening.
Naira to China. And Gelisha Lockhart stepping out to punch that ball out. Another save by Gelisha Lockhart, preventing further netting by the Kalinago ladies.
Yes, a good reading of play there by the goalkeeper, because the lines was well broken, and China rushing in to try and just scoop that ball over, but Galicia seeing that from a distance and saving that ball.
Shillingford. Oh, good intercept, only as far as... Well, she gets to Brittany. And again.
Anessa is on the ball, pushing forward, looking for China, unable to find her. Yeah, young Tulloch on the ball right now, trying to find challenger. Good challenger by the... Challenger is in control again. Having space, moving, trying to beat him. A player they're unable to. Nice interception there by South City ladies in control right now. Interception here by young Tulloch. Challenger is in control now, trying to find Tulloch in control, taking a shot. And great save there once again by Galicia. For South City, she has really have her team in the game still. But the amount of saves she have had from the second half.
Good intercept by Nyla John. Nyla trying to dance away past the defender who's dropped high. And of course, the Kalinago ladies.
And Elsa just losing her foot in there. Nice long ball down the line. Trying to beat her man. Trying to find Tulloch, unable to. Well, we know the women's football has come a very long way, and there's a lot of improvement has to be done in the game. And it's a nice thing to see that so many youngsters are interested in playing the game at this point in time. Tulloch is in control now. Tulloch to hit. And great save here once again for Galicia. Again, saving her team from the numbers that the Kalinago girls are trying to put on them at this point in time. I have to say this youngster is very promising, a very young player, and she just came from the U17 national, and if she continues like that, Fadul, I believe her future could be very bright.
Just like a number of these young ladies, I've spotted one other player who's part of the National Academy. Of course, being a part of the National Academy myself, you get to see the growing talent amongst young people.
Yeah, but since after the likes of Christina Sobers, we haven't really seen upcoming keepers, because not much players that like to be keepers. Most of players that play right now, they want to be the goal scorer. They want to hear their name being called as the lethal weapon up front. But
Ronnie
Galicia Williams.
Speaking from an academy perspective, I can tell you there are a few names. I can tell you there are a few names that we will be seeing when it comes to goalkeepers. And remember, we're going to come back to this particular broadcast soon. And remember, I told you that, Ronnie. First chance forward, but nobody there to answer for South City. Kalinago Warriors, the ladies, drives it on the line, hits it on the line, only to be intercepted. Plays it into the midfield, and again.
Nice pass there for challenge for Daru, and Daru tried to keep that ball in. Yes, she did.
Daru keeps the ball in. Daru to Viville, and clearance. Only to Daru, keeps the ball in. Looking for the opportunity.
Yes, once
Good
again,
defense.
and young challenger trying to bring that ball across, but
Running into the John Wall.
yes.
There are 3 Johns on the South City team. There's Nyla, Nala, and Nahalia John. 3 Johns on the South City team this afternoon, as we have seen the prominent John name being featured on this South City team.
Likewise, the Kalinago girl ladies, you have the 2 Lauras and the 2 Tulocks.
Tulok again, speaking of Tulok, trying to get one in. She's not being too strong and gets into the air, Daru. And I suspect she was looking for the postage stamp goal, just trying to fit it into that small gap on the far side, Ronnie, but the curve just didn't curve enough for her.
And you can see the Kalinago girls are well organized in the defense, have the structure. And I have to commend the gentleman from the Kalinago.
Naira Tulok, China Tulok! Oh! Another opportunity running for China Tulok. She got a beautiful, beautiful pass to her. And again,
yes,
just spreading it a little too wide, Ronnie.
Yes, but Tulok, we all know that Tulok have the speed to reach, but it was a nice run by her and a nice breaking the lines of the South City girls, but was unable to bring that ball in as she wanted to.
Kalinago ladies. Oh, China Tulok. Oh, will she make up for it? Yes, she does. She gets it to Kiara. Kiara to Tulok, and the defensive line holds up for South City just so much to Anissa. Anissa tries to... Wow, Ronnie, almost a mishap by Galicia.
Yes.
Glad, thankfully for Galicia, the direction the ball was mishap in was not going back, but thankfully for her was going to the side, or else could we have considered if any, I think that might have been an own goal, Ronnie.
Yes, young Tulok looking to take a shot. Again,
Galicia Lockhart again. She's been piling up the saves, Ronnie. She's been piling up the saves. So far, just in the second half, she's had 5 of them. And the number of shots on targets for the Kalinago ladies have piled up in the second half, as Kiara Shillingford on the far end, looking to fashion some space, gets through. And a foul spotted.
Yeah, you could see the game is only playing in one half because the Kalinago girls are well organized by stringing their passes from side to side, finding their players. But the opportunities they have gotten, I expected that the Kalinago girls would be at least free by now.
Well, I mean, yes, I am with you on that. They just in the second half, Ronnie, they've had a number of shots In fact, their shots on target have significantly increased. But you have to applaud the defensive line as China Tulok once again goes completely aerial. And Ronnie, in the first half, her first 3 shots were exactly like that. Her 4th one came just below the crossbar, but not high enough between the goalkeeper and the crossbar space. In fact, the goalkeeper got it, but the 5th shot, she finally got through.
But as we know, is try and
try again. Yes.
Until you succeed. But a player of China, a bit having that experience of on the internationals, you may expect her to win the balls between the goal.
Well, I was just about to say that. Semper on the ball. Semper, good through by Semper. Brittany making a run, and it's going to be cleared away.
Very nice and timing tackle there by the Kalinago lady there to stop Semper from going through.
No, Brittany. It was a pass from Semper to Brittany. Yes. Speaking of Semper, of course, as we indicated earlier on, Rachel Semper, very, very, very talented young lady, a part of the National Academy. I'm hoping to see she show me one of her favorite moves, her favorite drill moves that we usually practice in the academy, as Kiara Shillingford on the far end. Rachel Semper making a run with her on the far end. She was going to put some challenge on Kiara Shillingford. And the Kalinago ladies running, like you said, able to string those passes to China Tulok. China! Oh, and again to the side. China has had the bulk of shots this afternoon, especially in the second half, Ronnie, and so far just not able to get one at the back of the nets.
Yeah, well, just unable to get the ball on target. But I have to say she is young
Daru
just trying to take a one-time shot there, unable to be in control of the ball and just kicking it wide.
Oh, pressure by Daru. And that's a penalty.
Definitely a penalty in the box.
Michaela Daru winning a penalty for her team. And Ronnie, it's up to Galisha Locker to prevent access into the nets. Like you indicated, Ronnie, earlier on, Galisha Daru having a stint with the under-17 team. Also a part of the under-17 squad as well.
And also called up on the senior team.
Wow,
as well.
There you go. China Tulok looking to double her account this afternoon. China gets it in.
Well composed.
Very well
China,
composed.
and beating it to the left of Galisha, not even having a chance to move.
Ronnie, I don't think she would have been able to move, especially with the force of the foot of China Tulok. And I see that the national training, that I know you are the national coach of the women's team. China Tulok really has been making you proud this afternoon, at least with that specific goal, Ronnie.
Yes. Very honored to Tulok can hit the ball, can strike the ball, but most importantly is having the direction and then power. Just losing focus there for a minute. Kalinago player just allowing the ball to go out.
That specific player, Ania Viville. Ahelia John. Ooh, good dance by Daru. She beats one, doesn't beat two, Ronnie.
Yes, and you have to commend Daru for because her work rate is very high. Just as she's running forward, it's just as she come back to defend as well. She's one of running the lines very well. Very young player for the future of the women's football.
Good intercept by Daru. Pascal attempting to make a run for it. It's going to be spread to Daru. No, doesn't. But Challenger gets onto the ball. Challenger gets into Chulok. Oh, and her left foot, Ronnie.
Yes.
Ronnie, she was looking to control it with her left foot, but didn't get the foot high enough, Ronnie.
Yes, but it was a brilliant pass by a Challenger, breaking the lines there very well, and Tulok should have done much better with that pass there. Had she controlled that and putting that ball, as we say, into the older number would be a brilliant play for the Kalinago ladies. Anessa is in control right now, moving into space, trying to find a player. Still in control. Anessa, nice run there by Anessa, trying to find Challenger, unable to find nice long ball there, but
I don't think Nyla John should have played that specific one as long as she did. I think she should have driven a bit more, at least allowing a bit more reinforcement to join her, Ronnie. So especially she was just trying to catch the players off guard as Daru gets a pass onto her side on the right side. Tries to slide it in, and she's not been too successful with those slides for the afternoon, Ronnie.
yeah, she was just unable to bring the ball across. The width of the pass, trying to bring it across for unrushing players get into the box to at least get the opportunity to take a shot, but have not been successful in getting the ball across to the 18-yard box.
Corner for the Kalinago Warriors keeps it short to Tulok. Tulok being challenged to the other Tulok right now. Ball taken. Oh, wow. Dalcia Coffee literally just maybe 1 or 2 yards away from the ball. Maybe thinking that she may not have had the energy to reach to it. But Nala John for South City will get proceedings back for us into play. Keeps it on the line. Good overlap by Nyla John. Oh, and Daru!
Unable to control that ball. But it was a very nice pass down the line for Daru.
I'm not sure if it's the slippery conditions because we did have a bit of rain earlier on, Ronnie. But we know that this field drains reasonably well.
I just feel the pass was a bit too hard for her down the line, and she not.
I'm making way for the ball.
Nyla, dancing past one. Runs into a wall of defenders, Kalinago defenders. Ball gets into the air.
Here come Anessa in control. Yeah, nice long ball down the line for Tulok. Tulok is in control right now. Heads up looking for a player. Tulok taking a shot, and it's a beautiful goal by Tulok there. Hitting that ball to the far corner on the ground, and there's no chance Galicia would ever meet that ball to save. Nice composure there by Tulok. Fado.
Very nice composure, and of course she has been knocking. She's had a number of opportunities for the afternoon to add even more than 3 onto her name, but finally getting one in. 70th minute of play for her.
Yes, but definitely a beautiful goal there from the left side there, hit into the far corner.
Ahelia John is on the sidelines, or is on the side. Speaking of team just checking up on her. Ian Oscar, we saw him play last night. Yesterday, in fact, in the under-18s. Member of the South City team, management team, both for the ladies at least, you know. It's good to see, Ronnie, that some of the men's and the boys players, you know, also assisting and giving support to the women's team as well.
Well, at the end of the day, it's one club, and it's always good to come and support your community or your village, to say, Fado. But you can see the Kalinago girls are basically in control
Very much
of the
so.
game.
Very much so in control.
From we, at our perspective of watching the game, we would be expecting that the Kalinago girls would be have much more than 4 goals.
Well, the South City player seems to be in. The South City player seems to be in quite a bit of agonizing pain here.
Yeah,
Trying to find out
so.
exactly what's been happening. It looks like the possibility of a dislocated shoulder, Ronnie, and we know those can be very, very, very painful, Ronnie. To hope that.
Well, let's just hope and not speculate and
yeah,
that it's nothing serious.
Nothing serious. Well, nothing further. Yeah, you're right, Ronnie. You're very correct. As ball resumes to, ball gets into play. Brittany.
Play to assist again. Too low. In control. Too low. Again.
Alicia. And Alicia has piled up the saves to her account this afternoon. Semper. Oh, Semper does it for me this afternoon. That's the move that I was looking for. Semper driving on the far end, and she still keeps at it. Oh, Semper attempting to sort of get a take back. But Nala John with a long attempt, Ronnie. But what a drive by Rachel Semper from the far end. And I asked her at the halftime to show me. I told her, Rachel, I hope I see you show me at least one time your favorite move that you like to do at the academy. And Ronnie, she did do it for me this afternoon. And I kind of have to applaud her drive. Of course, Rachel Semper, member of the National Football Academy. Hats off to all the coaches. We have Coach Rosie, Coach Marcus, Coach Boots, Coach Javid, Coach Oris Mills, and of course headed by Coach Kurt Hood. I'm not sure. Coach Kurt Hood told me, and he was going out fishing today. Oh, Rachel Semper again. Good team play by Rachel Semper. And in the past few moments, it's sort of a spotlight on Rachel Semper.
Yeah, and if you're home right now, we're asking you to come down to the technical center because they're going to be a very interesting game this evening with good runners and the Bombers. Reverse carried Bombers, the women team. Nice turn there by Challenger, losing a player, playing the ball into Gabon. Again. Tulok not able to control that ball, but it was a very good pass there by Challenger, trying to find Tulok on Russian striker. Again, Tulok trying to control. But Yan is in control, another Laura. Nice turn there. Finding Tulok in control now. Nice turn from Tulok. Nice drag back there, and Daru is in control now. Trying to take a player down the line. Daru is in control. Walking back, trying to find a player, unable to, but still in control, Daru. Nice pass by Daru. Pass down the line. We have to say, in spite of the scores, Fadul, that the South City ladies are fighting relentlessly to see at least if they could get off the mark.
Not much time left. Well, they are on the mark. Nyla John has one for them, at least in the first half, but nothing to add in the second half. Brittany loses out.
Young Tulok in control, taking a nice shot there. Just going wide of the upright of the goal, but still again you can see Galicia moving as to the direction of the ball. Again, Tulok is in control. Trying to beat a man and taking a shot. A great save there by the defender. There's rushing ahead of Galicia and that's kicking out all for corner.
By my time, we have just about under 2 minutes left.
Well, this afternoon we did not have a fourth official, but as if we'll have stoppage time. Tulok in control. Nice shot there by young Tulok. Hitting that ball with some venom, and Galicia just not able to parry that ball out of a goal. And the Kalinago Warriors are in full control, and the scores are 5-1 in the favor of the Kalinago ladies.
Not much of a striking attack as Chino Tulok looking to add another one to her name this afternoon, dancing past one. She's under a bit of pressure. Gets to Naira.
Nice
Naira winning her options to China back again. China! Just a bit of a slip again by Galicia. Still holds on.
But I have to say, I'm very much impressed by young Galicia in goal.
Pascal and Daru challenging the back line for Southeast. Daru gets to Vivil. Vivil to Naira.
Anessa is in control right now, trying to find Tulok down the line. Tulok is in control. Tulok taking a nice shot there. And
Scores.
scores again. Tulok having 4 this afternoon there. Good power by Tulok there. We all know that she has the power, but just getting the ball on target has been an issue for some time now. But it looked like this afternoon she has got it on point. Besides the number of goals she has thrown in earlier.
But she's getting it on point, but much later in the game time. We are in the dying moments of this afternoon's first game. We're going to be seeing the Goodwill Runners and the Portsmouth Bombers in game number 2. Scheduled start time is 6:30. As Daru.
Nice ball
Plays
down
on
there
the
to
line.
Daru. Trying to beat a man speed there. Daru is in control. Daru still in control, playing into challenger in control. Tulok again in control. Tulok looking to get some power but unable to hit the ball as she would want to. Here come Anessa playing to Tulok. Tulok playing to challenger in control. And it's out for a throw for. And we have to say the Kalinago territory should be proud of the girls being in the league and being playing the way they have played. Nice turn there by challenger, but just not enough venom towards goal and easy take for young Galicia. Yes, and finally we come to the end of this exciting game between the Kalinago Warriors and the South City ladies.
All right, game number 2 coming up next.
I just wanna